Well, so first of all, welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Winter.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Chris Hodge, OG, member of the Ennui crew.
OG. I've been confused as Brad a few times by members of the public thinking they were meeting a celebrity and it was just me, and they were a bit disappointed. That's happened at least twice.
At least twice.
Everyone
wants to meet the famous old Brad.
Yeah.
Not even Brad Hodge. I don't even know his last name. It's just like, hey, Brad. Oh, it's Brad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It's Brad from Ennui. Oh, my God. And then it's like, oh, it's just Chris.
If you actually look at his birth certificate, it's actually Brad from Marty's Internet Show. From Is He
Oh,
the
fuck. Foreshadowing.
The
doctors knew.
But so we've actually done a lot of podcasts that are in over Discord. It's easy to do.
Yes.
So all that. But we're in person this time. Did you know there's a reason for this?
Because I fucked up last time?
No, you didn't. You did fuck up last time.
I did fuck up last time. So I just working fucking recording programs. I've never got my head around it.
Really?
I don't know. It just must be something I do. I hit record and it recorded the entire thing.
So you're a smart man. So I don't understand.
I don't understand either. It's just anything to do with recording software. I've always had issues with it. Even when we did stuff through it, like editing and stuff through entertainment at school.
Oh, really?
Just anything to do with recording software just always fucked up for me.
So I don't understand how the fuck.
I'm cursed. I swear I'm cursed. I'm just cursed.
But there is a reason. Now.
What's the reason?
So there's a really important day that's coming up.
It is.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I know what it is. It's your birthday.
It is. I'm fucking 25.
You are.
And I'm still working at Macca's, and I've still got a failing business, and
I wouldn't say failing business.
It's gotten better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually, look, compared to other people, most people give up. It's like it's like the whole thing with there was some stat about podcasts, like there's 50,000 or 100,000 or some shit like that. But like most of them like last like 5 episodes and then they just stop.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's with a lot of things. You can't really classify it as failing because a lot of the companies that are like multi-billion-dollar companies now, at some point were in massive debt. It's like, do you call that failing or do you call that
taking a risk?
Taking a risk, exactly. Sometimes that's what you have to do. You can't really judge if your business is failing.
No, exactly right. But okay, but with that, would it be stupid if I just took out a big loan, $100,000 loan, to try and make things happen? I think it'd be dumb.
It depends. It's hindsight. It's an amazing thing.
So I think if I just like took out all this money and then try to make, it's like with, okay, there are many examples of things that have all this money in it and it just doesn't work. Like Quibi, for example. Quibi was an app that you got like seed funding and all this other shit, like hundreds of millions of dollars, and had all this original programming with all these celebrities, and it bombed because nobody wants to watch full-on series on their phone. It was an app. It wasn't a desktop app either.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch stuff on my phone.
It was all vertical.
Weird design choice there.
And that's okay. As you just said, I don't watch things on my phone.
No.
Now, did you know that most people watch YouTube on their phone? I think it's like 60%.
I can believe that.
Yeah,
I know Lauren watches a lot of YouTube on her phone. Like she'll just be laying in bed and watch it on a phone.
I guess and that comes up from just us being like men using desktops and like, because not many, I don't know, like are there many people who like sit, I guess like, you know, girls sit with their laptops, boys sit with their laptops.
Yeah. I either, watch it on my computer when I'm doing other things or I'll just watch it on a smart TV, my smart TV.
And then I'm the same.
Like, yeah.
But everybody's a bit different, I think.
That's right.
I don't know. I think like...
I can understand where they're coming from with trying to do something like that. They're trying to fill a niche part of their market, but I mean, it's not big enough.
No, it doesn't work. Oh, it's like the same thing with me trying to do a TV style show as Marty's Internet Show as the first thing I ever do with no fan base on YouTube, the platform that doesn't really...
Yeah, it's like if you were to turn on your TV and there was a TV show that was completely random with no one you ever knew just on TV. Do you think many people would tune in and watch it?
No. Imagine if there were Twitch streamers on TV. Like imagine if there was like just a guy talking to the camera, lo-fi music in the background.
Twitch on TV. Yeah, it's not for the TV audience. That's the thing.
No, exactly right. Actually, so what I saw the other day, Conan O'Brien is actually... His show, like he's had a late night talk show for like ever. And he's recently had one on, I think it must be TBS, something like that. It's getting cancelled. But it's going to HBO Max, the streaming service.
Yep.
There's a big article that was like, "Oh, podcasts are killing late night TV." They're two different things. Conan has Conan has a fucking podcast as well.
So, yeah, it's totally different. Totally different media. Yeah. Like you can be listening to a podcast driving down the highway. You can't exactly be watching late night TV while you're driving down the highway. No, exactly. Different sort of thing, because you need to be watching what they're doing with late night TV and with a lot of TV things, because it is, half of it relies on the visual aspect. Exactly. Some TV shows you can just listen to and you get the plot and story and everything like that, but no, they're not meant for that. Podcasts is meant for that.
No, exactly. And it's interesting to see how some podcasts have done very well visually as well. Like Joe Rogan has, because he pulls stuff up on screen, but you don't have to be watching to get enough value out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a different value in having it on screen to having it audio. Do you know what I mean? And because they're long form podcasts anyway.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Anyway, I'm 25 soon. I wanted to actually...
25.
I wanted to sort of...
we'll welcome you to the club.
Well, because you're 25 now, aren't you?
I'm 25. I've been 25 for just over a month.
Does it feel indifferent?
Kind of. More than I thought.
Really?
I mean, it's just a number, but like you hit 25 and it's like, fuck, that's like quarter of a century. Like,
it's a long time.
And then it is a very long everyone time. I tell who's over 50, they're like, oh, shut up, you're only 25. Like, you got so much more to do. It's like, hey, whatever.
Well, we do. We do have a lot of time.
Feels like a long time.
But I feel like I've grown a lot since I was like...
I feel
like I've grown a lot since I was a teenager, but it's true. Like
the most I've grown is in the past 5 years.
100%.
Definitely.
Oh, fucking 18 to 20. I don't think people realize 18 to 20 is like...
Oh, God, yeah.
That's a blood year. There's a blood years.
I think I was... Even last night, I was laying in bed and I was thinking about like back to the end of high school and like all the cringy, stupid shit I used to do. And it's just like, oh, so annoying and horrible.
I agree, 100%. Oh, the amount of... I don't like myself from back then. I feel like I'm very, very... I'm a much better version of myself than I was back then.
You've matured a lot.
Oh, fuck yeah. And I feel like...
Definitely.
People don't give them... They put so much pressure on like teenage and stuff. Like, you got to figure out what you want to do. You got to go to university, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I think back to the thoughts I had as a kid or a teenager and whatnot, and just where I thought I'd be when I was 25 compared to where I actually am at 25. Nothing is lined up. Exactly. Oh, maybe one or two.
So one thing I found interesting was, okay, I was very much like, I don't want to sound cool and say that I was against the grain, but it was like, I didn't really want to go to university. I want to do this thing. I want to build this brand, whatever I want to call it, blah, blah, blah. But I think I went so the opposite of that it's like I probably needed to be brought down to earth a little bit. So it was the complete opposite of like not just going full on, I need to figure out what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. The complete opposite of, I know what I want to do. It's not what everyone else wants me to do. Fuck everybody. Fuck, what everybody else thinks. I'm going to do it my way or the highway. And it's like, well, I could find a middle ground. Like I could still, like, I never wanted to work a full-time job while I was trying to do on me. Because like, I need time to do all this stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's like, for fuck me.
You got to fund it somehow.
Yeah.
It's not going to pay even one person's wage just
yet. Exactly. And it's like, I don't know. You just figure shit out. And I think there is a lot of stuff in school that could have taught us better to like get us ready, like just like money and blah, blah, blah. But
the more I think about what they taught us in school, the angrier I get. Like, just
foundations, aren't there?
It really hasn't kept up with the changing world at all. The things they teach us, sure, might have been relevant in 1980, but in 2020, not much of it holds up at all. No. Not much at all. Like the whole subject of maths, up until year 10, fine. The stuff you learn in year 11 and 12 at the higher stages, unless you actually plan on going to university to do anything like engineering or anything advanced to do with mathematics, you have your phone, you have everything, computers, calculators, everything. They do it for us these days. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. Spreadsheets that can do everything for you. You can do anything you want with a computer.
Yeah, that's right.
But then, do you think it's good that they had those sort of things for people who did want to do that?
Oh yeah, I'm glad they had it for the people who wanted to do it. But I don't think you should be making subjects compulsory anymore.
I think you're right.
As long as you get the fundamentals, the foundations, everything set, The rest of it should just be let the kids do what they're interested in, because that's where they're going to learn the most. Because if you're not interested in a topic, as soon as you get to the advanced stages things, you completely switch off.
But I think as a public school, we didn't really have, like compared to other schools, they had like so much more going. Like we didn't even have drama. And I sort of wanted to do drama just so I could.
Yeah. But we're at a disadvantage being out in the country like we are. If we were in Sydney, you could go to pretty much any school.
Oh, exactly.
And they've got like 2,000 plus students. So they can have whatever subjects they want. And if they don't have a teacher that does it, a teacher that knows the subjects, probably lives a couple of suburbs over at another school, they could come over some days during the week and
do it.
And
that's the thing as well. It's like, do you think that kids who grew up in the city have it better than people who grew up in the country?
They definitely have more advantages when it comes to schooling. Guaranteed. Compared to us. These days we have like distance ed. You can do online classes and things like that, which has helped. And we do get government funding and that to do it. It's just not the same. No. You need that in-person learning.
And as you know, I guess like, okay, we're at a disadvantage living in the quote-unquote country. But that's not going to stop us, you know what I mean? Like if you really, really want something.
Oh no, if you really want something, you'll
find a way for it. And I think, I think there's just some aspects of what high school was. It was really like demotivating. It was like if you didn't go straight into a trade, or you didn't go to university, then what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of like they gear you to think, if you don't have a goal for your immediate like life after high school, you're a failure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's not at all what it should be like.
And especially with like with a lot of media jobs as well, and there's many, many other industries like that. Like if you wanted to go into, say, marketing, you couldn't really do that in anywhere in like the hour radius around us.
Oh,
like
no.
you could, but it's not really. You're not going to really make it.
Not as an entry level
no.
person to the industry. You'd have to have good experience, because there are some marketing companies around, but they're all very small and they wouldn't want to train people in marketing. No. They'd expect you to have a degree or something, or at least 5 years experience in the industry or some stupid thing like that.
But it's interesting that, like with all of COVID and all that, a lot of businesses are going sort of like majorly online, and they're going majorly work from home. And I really hope that sort of keeps it going. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for work at home people, and it's like, oh, I can't apply for this job because it's based in Brisbane, for example.
Yeah.
And it could be a job that I'm perfect for, I'd love to do, and I can't apply for it because like you've got to be, and even the ones that actually, if I'm on Seek, I'm searching work from home jobs in digital marketing, for example, and it's like, and I click on work from home, and then you look at the job and it's like, oh, it's work from home 1 day a week or 2 days a week. It's like, that's not really,
that's not fully work from home.
It's not fully work from home.
Yeah.
And could you work from home? Because it's a whole different thing from going into an office or going into a workplace.
You need to have that, you need to be able to be your own boss, basically, when you're at home. You need to have control over yourself. Like they say, you need to prepare yourself for a day working from home as if you were going into the office. So get up, do your morning routine, get dressed as if you were going into the office. And then as soon as you walk into your home office, you switch on for work. You have to completely let all of the outside stuff go, and you have to work. Some people that works for them. A lot of other people kind of, adapt their home life around their job. That seems like a lot of juggling, really.
I understand why businesses don't go full work from home, because not everybody can do it.
And it's really hard to regulate. Like, how do you, like a lot of businesses these days, it's a swipe in, swipe out type of job. So you get paid for your time on site. They need to start switching their thing to like workload. So it's you get paid for doing a set amount of work rather than time doing that work.
Oh, agreed, 100%. It should be task based. It should be what work you get done.
And that's how working from home will actually work. Because you can't really regulate, so this person spent exactly this amount of time at home on this day doing their job.
You can work from 7 a.m. to 12, get all your work done, and the rest of your day's yours.
Yeah, that's right. And that'd be great. Like,
as long as the job's done,
Exactly, yeah. As long as you get the job done and you meet all of your quotas, like, you say you have to be in a 10 a.m. meeting with someone, you got to be there for that, like an online thing.
Done.
Sure, that's fine.
I think it could work really well. Like, that's how I would like to run a business to an extent. Just, meeting in the morning. Okay, guys, this is what we're doing today. Check up from yesterday. Blah, blah. And don't take too long. Don't have an hour meeting. Doesn't need to happen. 20 minutes. Everyone gets their shit in.
Yeah.
Have a place where we can all communicate, Slack, whatever. So you can, is this report done, Steve? Whatever.
So say like
and it's done.
Like a business had a Discord thing, right? So you've got a channel where people could tune in to speak with each other, like via cam in person, like not in person, but face to face. And then you've also got like an open chat room style thing where everyone can just post things like, has such and such finished this report or whatever. And then they can read it and get back to it whenever they want. That basically, in my mind, can replace the office environment.
Absolutely. And I think Discord has everything that you need. It really, really does. It's very customizable. Absolutely. You can, with your rankings and one thing I really like I've seen in a few Discord servers that, for example, if I reacted with for example, let's give an Ennui example, with the radio emoji to this certain post, like in this already set up channel, it would add you to a role called podcast notifications. So then you would get, if like in the podcast notification channel, so you react to that, it's pinned at the top, you'll get notifications for when every single podcast comes out, rather than me just going at everyone, because that's spam and people don't like that. But it's like you've got to sort of set it up that way, do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to spam everyone unless you need to spam everyone. It's very, very customizable. And like with a lot of the, the API and a lot of the webhooks and shit like that. Yeah. There's a lot you can do with Discord.
I feel like all of these online streaming services and meetup services, they've all had to adapt to the last 2 years of everything that's happened. And some of them have really pulled ahead. Yeah. They've really, like Discord. I mean, it was already pretty good to begin with, but they've really adapted to all of this. Absolutely. Zoom is like what everyone keeps. I haven't actually used Zoom.
I've used Zoom once.
I haven't needed to.
I used it for a podcast, and it was actually pretty good. Like it sounded really good.
Okay.
All that, there was no problems with it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't see it being any different to me than Discord, realistically.
Yeah, I haven't heard many people talking about Skype either. Has that kind of died off?
Skype's got died off. It's not really good. People still use it, but it's not as good.
I remember using Skype back in the day when it was really buggy and laggy and dropped out all the time.
I remember just trying to do podcasts with it all the time.
Yeah.
We'd switch over to Discord.
It wouldn't sync up. Nothing worked.
It was garbage. It's absolutely garbage.
Yeah, I guess they got kind of left behind.
Absolutely.
With all this, yeah.
Have we done all of the famous CEO birthday bashes, you and me? I think we have. There was one here. We've done
Pretty sure.
Last year, I feel like we did one online.
Mm-hmm.
The year before, we must have done one. I was at the bigger house in Sada, and then the bigger house on Waverley Street, and the smaller house in Sada the year before. I think we've done this 4 years in a row. That's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
It's been a long time. Have I ever had a birthday party with you? I don't think I have. I don't really do parties though.
No. We'll have to do a dinner.
We'll have to do a dinner, 100%. So I was thinking back to my high school birthday parties and like my school birthday parties, and I've had a few. I remember having one, and this is when I was really big in my wrestling phase, and we had a championship belt, and it was the whack down championship belt, and we had a bedroom brawl, and I got pinned, and I lost my title, and I wasn't happy. It was great. I remember actually having one in this room. Downstairs, my mum's. Played a bit of Guitar Hero. In the basement. I played Guitar Hero, and I had the full band, so I had the drums. I had 2 guitars, and I had the microphone. It was a sick setup.
Wow. That sounds pretty cool. I only ever had one guitar with my Guitar Hero.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't cool.
He wasn't cool? No, I can imagine. No. I love playing Guitar Hero.
It was fun.
It is a good game. And I'm actually really surprised that never, especially I got Guitar Hero 5 when I had my my Xbox, and it was nothing compared to the old games. They changed the whole way you play the game, and it's not as fun. It's really not as fun, and it's not as it's also you have to play there's 5 songs you can access, and to get the other songs, you have to play more, which is like, I don't think that's how people play the game.
Unlock through playing, yeah.
People just want to play the songs.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they really understood that. See, SingStar, SingStar's changed completely. Do you know that SingStar now, you connect your phone, you get a SingStar app, and then you sing into your phone, and then that acts as the microphone?
I guess the phone microphones are a lot clearer than anything they could
much clearer.
Release with the game. Last time I played SingStar, I think it was SingStar, it was PS3, like early high school SingStar. Long time ago. Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Did you ever go to do you remember any memorable parties from your childhood?
Earliest birthday party I remember when I was like 8, 7 or 8. Oh, I probably remember earlier than that. I remember going to a McDonald's party.
Oh, I've been to one of them.
I was like maybe 5 or 6 then. I can't remember if it was before or after my accident. Actually, it was probably before. So when I was like 4.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
But they don't do McDonald's birthdays as much anymore. I'm really surprised. Like it's still a thing. Like, if you were a child, would you want to have a birthday at McDonald's?
Hard to say. I don't think they do I remember they had like a whole room dedicated to just the party.
Oh, in Musbrook they did,
yeah. And you'd go there and they'd have like games, activities, and they had that cemented area at the back where you'd play like What's the Time, Mr. Wolf, and Duck Duck Goose and all that sort of stuff. Like,
and they'd have the party host as well and all that.
They'd have the host, and then they'd bring out an ice cream cake after you'd had all your chicken nuggies and your French fries.
I wonder why they stopped doing it. I wonder if it's like a money thing or just McDonald's hates kids.
I'm pretty sure they still do parties because they have like the banners up in there.
Do they?
Well, they do at the Musbrook one. Do they not at the Scone one?
Well, in the Scone one, we have a party room, quote unquote, but it's just for people to eat in. But we actually don't use it anymore because we're not allowed to use it because of COVID.
Yeah.
It's just for meetings now.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. I'd have a McDonald's birthday. I'd hate to host one though.
Maybe that's something we have to look up. The death of the McDonald's party.
We should. Would you actually? What about
dive.
My 25th birthday? We'll have it as a McDonald's party.
Yes.
Have some chicken nuggies. We'll play Duck Duck Goose. All those games.
Ask them to do an ice cream cake. You don't do ice cream cake anymore, do you? No. Bugger.
No, long time ago.
I remember it had like Ronald McDonald, the cheeseburger, everything on like a box.
Really?
That was like housed the ice cream cake. Like it was a McDonald's branded ice cream cake.
I don't remember.
It wasn't like a Freddo cake or anything.
Oh, actually, by the way, so yesterday I was at work and we got a package and I opened it. And for the crew, they're doing exclusive orders for their 50th anniversary. And I got one. It's an Adidas jumper with Ronald on the front.
Adidas. Not Adidas?
No, it's Adidas. I'm calling it Adidas. I know it's wrong. It's Adidas.
Is Adidas
there was
the
a black
Australian
guy.
saying?
Okay, actually that came out wrong. There was a nice guy. He just happened to be black. And he was like, oh, do you like the Adidas shoes? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, that's not right, mate. You're the one working at the shoe store and you can't even pronounce the shoe right. It's not Adidas. It's Adidas.
I feel like a fair few people do say Adidas, though. Is that like American?
I feel like I might. Well, I don't know. Well, you wouldn't think so. It's a brand name. Do people in America call Ennui Ennui? Perhaps. But they also have Peter Alexander pajamas.
Oh,
McDonald's.
God.
You know the purple one? What's the purple one called? The purple, like, there's Ronald, there's the bird-looking thing, there's the Hamburglar, and like there's a purple thing like Wumpy Lumpy or some shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what it looks like. I can't remember his name.
One of the pants.
Was he the cookie one?
No.
No.
I need to look this up.
And then there's the girl.
The girl's the bird-looking thing, isn't it? Wait, we'll look up Hamburglar, and I'll go from there.
I can't remember.
Oh, Grimace. Grimace is the purple one.
Grimace. Yep.
2003, they stopped sort of being used.
Wow.
Because McDonald Land is the fantasy world used in the marketing of McDonald's from the 1970s to the 1990s. Oh my God.
I'll bring him back for nostalgia purposes eventually. Milk that cow.
Mayor McCheese? I do not remember Mayor McCheese.
Put the old nostalgia tax on things again.
Fuck, of course they will. Captain Crook, the Professor, Fry Kids, Birdie the Early Bird is the name of the bird.
The early bird gets the Chicky Nuggy.
The McNugget Buddies.
McNugget Buddies.
What? Bernice. There's a character called Sunday, and Mike the Microphone is a one-time character.
Mike the Microphone. Shit, I'm sitting next to him. He grew up.
Any other funny jokes? Fuckwit?
You should take that persona, dress up as Mike the Microphone. Be like, hey guys, I'm back.
That's not funny at all.
And then corporate will come down and be like, oh shit, he's back.
And
then you'll get put into like some massive marketing campaign.
Maybe I'll get some sort of fame.
And then you can subliminally put Ennui ads into all of the marketing.
Just like you know in the Simpsons episode where they say join the Navy, but it's backwards and they're singing it.
Yvonne et Niage. See, that's proof that it actually works because if you remember it. Holy shit!
Join the Navy.
Yeah. Fuck, that is actually bad.
Do you know what I've been watching on YouTube recently, and I hate it. And I hate it. I got to this point, but I'm watching, and in some episodes that I've slightly seen before, but it's like okay, Simpsons episode 22 minutes. And it's cut into 8 minutes, which cuts out all like the shitty B story and then moments that don't really matter.
So supercut.
Pretty much. Obviously the episode. But it's just called like, oh, The Simpsons, Bart beats up his dad as a kid.
Beats up his mate.
And beats up his mate. That's all that. The Simpsons is a very well-written show. It
is. Looking back at it as an adult, some of the stuff, the underlying themes of some of the episodes we watched as kids, it's like, holy shit.
Holy shit. There's a lot.
Whoa, there's a lot more to it than you'd think.
Didn't know Conan O'Brien was a writer for The Simpsons?
No.
Yeah, he was. Oh. He wrote some of the best episodes they had in like 92, 93. The biggest one, I believe, was the monorail episode.
Monorail?
Yeah, that one.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a good episode. The classic. I'm surprised it's still going.
Got swindled.
I can't believe it's still going though. It's actually really, I don't know if it's still making some sort of money. Do you know
the monorail episode in particular. What do you mean Simpsons?
No, Simpsons in general, not just the monorail episode. I'm still surprised it's going. No, I'm still surprised.
It's aired at least 3 times a year.
But there's so much money in that franchise. I wonder how they're going to... I think they're just going to keep going until it's dead.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Family
Guy,
though.
They're still releasing new stuff all the time.
Like Family Guy.
George Greening is the one who does it, isn't it? Or is he the animator? Matt Greening.
Yeah. He's the one who created it. And he created Futurama as well.
And he started doing... I think he did... Disenchantment
on, which is a good show.
I'm watching that. It's good.
There's a lot of good stuff. That's the thing with
more adult than the other ones. It's kind of like The Simpsons is sort of all ages. Futurama's kind of a slightly more mature audience, and then Disenchantment's sort of like
I'm sure
young adult. You can still watch it to a kid, but a lot of the themes are more for young adult.
It's like how I could watch CSI with a kid, but it's like cover their eyes when the guy gets his head blown off.
Yes, you don't really understand it, and there's some stuff you don't want to see, but you can watch it.
Oh, good, cool.
And you can get the basic story out of it.
Do you have? Was there been any time where you've actually? I know there's a story that you got something like this, where you've convinced someone that this show isn't that bad, or this game isn't that bad. You convince someone to get it for you, and then you've come home.
Yeah. Convincing Nan that, what was it? Team America or something?
Was it kids?
World Police? Was a kids show because it had puppets.
America.
What's that rated? Like R?
Oh, it's R.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry about the rating.
Sex scene
it's puppets. Don't worry about it, Nan. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Did you watch it with you?
No, she didn't. But she came in like towards the end.
What'd you say?
When the main guy, the Korean
Kim Jong-il, was it?
Is it Il? Yeah, must have been Il. He's like he's a cockroach and he gets skewered on like some German's pike helmet or something, and it's like, what the fuck? And she was like, what? It was like right at the end of the movie though.
I thought this was a kids movie.
So she stopped it after that. It's like that was the ending anyway. So
it's like, well, guess what? Then
whatever.
We beat the system.
I loved when they put like pubes on his face to make him look like a terrorist.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Then Jackass actually did that for real.
Did they really?
Yeah, they super glued some pubes to some guy's face, and then I had to like joke about having a bomb to a taxi driver, but the joke was actually on the guy doing the joke because the taxi driver then pulls a gun to him and like pretends to like put him in the trunk and like kidnap him and all this sort of shit. And
I've
it's like a double prank kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, fuck. It was a good joke.
They were planning on doing a new Jackass movie, actually.
Hell yeah. They're going to get Steve-O.
Oh, yeah. They'll have Steve-O. They'll have everyone. But Steve-O's not on the drugs anymore, so it won't be as bad. It won't be as good.
He's reformed.
B. Majira actually got kicked off the production of it because he's addicted to drugs and alcohol and shit. Which is the culture. I think, like, it's like...
Yeah.
That's the culture that he's brought up with and all that sort of stuff. And it's just sad.
They kind of have to have that bad boy persona. And it's kind of like, you know, all the drugs and alcohol, that's sort of part of it. Like with rock and roll and that sort of stuff. It's kind of sad.
Maybe one day they'll get better, but...
Get all the old boys back together.
But it is a good movie. Like, I like it. I enjoy... Like, because they've been inspirations to me to an extent. I couldn't do big stunts like that, though. Like, I couldn't shove a toy car up my asshole.
We're going to have to do a stunt show.
What do we call it?
We should get...
Dickheads.
Just dickheads.
That's what we call it, dickheads.
Aussie dickheads or something.
There you go.
On Widiots.
Okay, we're going to leave the name to another time, but...
Like, get like a big ramp. Not ginormous, but like big enough. Near a dam. Ride a push bike down a hill over the ramp and then just like splash into the dam. That's always good fun. Possibility of hurting yourself, but it's not like overly dangerous. And it's kind of just that kind of, it looks amazing, but it's like pretty low effort.
I could do that. No, I think I'd be too scared to do anything.
Or you could be doing that and I could be shooting you with a spud gun as you fly through the air. And if it hits you during the air, it'll fucking hurt. And then you'll like belly flop on the water and it's like double hurt. And you won't be able to breathe and we'll have to dive in and save you. And it's like, that's like, whoa, this amazing stunt's gone so horribly wrong.
Brad would do that.
You reckon?
No.
No.
Brad's a little pussy bitch. We all know this.
We need to do another skate park scene.
We do.
And we all need to get involved. I'll get the rollerblades out.
Get the rollerblades out. I could do a little ollie or a kicky flip. Or a grab. I think it's where you just jump and you grab the board.
Is it?
I think so.
I got no idea. I don't know skateboarding.
Did you ever play Tony Hawk games?
I did play Tony Hawk, but it was kind of, I only ever played the free style mode or whatever it is.
Cringe.
And you just sort of go around doing tricks.
Go around doing tricks, doing grinds?
That was back on, what was that, PS2?
Yeah, well, what game did you play? What did it?
Or maybe it was PS1.
Pro Skater.
I remember having Tony Hawk on the Game Boy.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Game Boy Color. So that was like really old. It was old when I played it.
I remember because I've had all of them up to Underground 2, and then the next one after that. No, there was American Wasteland, and there's one after that, which was just dog shit to play. You couldn't get off the board.
I can't even remember what
Too many
they were
games.
called. I just remember one was Tony Hawk.
And then Skate came in and just took over. And then Tony Hawk came back, and then...
I remember one with a level editor.
Yeah, they all have it. I think they all have level editors.
Oh.
I loved them there. I just liked having just fire and brimstone and lava.
It's just so, ridiculous.
Fucking crazy.
Tony Hawk, is he still relevant?
He's old. He's like 50 something now. But he's not. Skate's not as cool as it used to be. It feels like it was a 90s thing, but it's still cool, but it's not as cool. It's not as mainstream. It's still cool. It's like wrestling. Wrestling was cool in the 90s, but now it's just like...
I don't see many skateboards anymore. I see a lot more of the longboards and things like that.
Yeah.
More of like the cruising boards and stuff like that. Not so much skating.
Because that's more mainstream.
And all of the kids these days are on their scooters and ripsticks and...
Oh, fucking hell. I'm surprised there's no more, it's not a big, ripstick community, you know what I mean?
Ripstick. I was a legend on the ripstick.
Really?
Yeah, I could pick up speed. I can do sharp corners.
So when you learn, just linking to that, when did you lose your virginity?
Right before I learned, no.
Right after, as soon as I got that ripstick, it's just all the
yeah,
ladies.
that's right, yeah. Ripstick.
Should we go into the Patreon?
I'd rip on that stick and then they'd rip on my stick.
What the fuck? We're gonna take we're gonna take this into the Patreon. This
with that bombshell.
With that bombshell. Ennui Talk Extra. We're gonna go into in a moment on the Patreon. Ennui.plus if you want to listen. We're gonna have the famous CEO birthday bash post show. Let's call it.
And learn when Chris lost his virginity.
That's what we'll do. Good stuff. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.